If you drive a Toyota or a Honda, you probably bought it because you wanted a car that would never break down. You trust it so much that when it makes a little rattle or a slight hum, you turn up the radio and ignore it. You assume it is just the normal sound of a high-mileage Japanese engine. But American dealerships love that you think this way. They sit back and wait while you ignore three very specific sounds that Japanese engineers explicitly warned about. Because ignoring these sounds turns a $3 repair into a $5,000 engine replacement. Today we are going to expose exactly what those sounds mean and how you can stop the damage yourself for pennies. The most dangerous sound your engine makes usually happens the first time you start it in the morning. You turn the key, and for a split second, you hear a sharp, metallic rattling sound. It lasts maybe 2 or 3 seconds, then vanishes as if nothing happened. The engine runs smoothly the rest of the day. Every oil lube shop in the country will tell you this is completely normal. They claim it is just the valve train waiting for oil pressure. Do not believe them. That noise is not a lack of oil. It is the sound of your timing chain violently slapping against its metal guides because the actuator pin failed to lock. Inside the variable valve timing system of your engine, there is a tiny locking mechanism. Over years of driving on extended 10,000-mile oil change intervals, carbon sludge builds up inside that lock. When you start the car, the pin fails to engage, and the entire timing gear rattles itself to death. If you ignore this 3-second rattle, it will eventually shatter the timing cover or jump a tooth, turning the internal components of your engine into shrapnel. A dealership will charge you $3,000 to replace the timing chain assembly when it fails. But senior mechanics in Japan fix this early for next to nothing. They run a potent dose of ester-based detergent through the oil system for 500 miles, dissolving the sludge around that locking pin and restoring the mechanism before the chain ever has a chance to snap. But the timing chain rattle is just the beginning. The second sound dealerships pray you ignore is a high-pitched whine that changes pitch when you turn your steering wheel. 9 out of 10 mechanics will listen to that noise, write up an estimate, and tell you that your entire power steering pump has internally completely failed. They will quote you $600 to $900 for a new pump, plus fluid, plus labor. It sounds like a catastrophic mechanical failure. It is actually a $3 piece of rubber that you can replace in your driveway in 5 minutes. Japanese engineers designed these power steering systems to be virtually indestructible, but they made a single oversight on the suction hose inlet joint. There is a tiny rubber O-ring that creates a vacuum seal. Over 10 years of engine bay heat, that $3 O-ring shrinks and hardens. When it shrinks, the power steering pump starts sucking in microscopic air bubbles alongside the fluid. Those air bubbles hit the impellers inside the pump, creating that loud, terrible whining sound. If you pay the $900 estimate, the mechanic simply installs a new pump, which comes with a new O-ring, solving the problem while robbing you blind. The Japanese method is to buy the $3 factory O-ring, unbolt a single 10mm bolt on top of the pump, swap the rubber ring, and the noise permanently disappears. Take a moment and think about how many people you know who have paid thousands of dollars for repairs they did not actually need because they trusted an advisor in a clean uniform. I want to build a map of these fake diagnoses. Go to the comments right now. Tell me the year and model of your car, and what sound a mechanic told you required a massive repair bill. Let everybody reading the comments see the exact scams being run in your city. It is time we expose the truth about these service departments. The third and most deceptive sound your car makes does not even come from the engine. It happens when you are driving down the highway at 50 miles per hour. It is a low, hollow humming noise coming from the wheels. It sounds exactly like a slightly uneven tire, and when you take it to a major tire shop, that is exactly what they will tell you. They will sell you 4 brand new tires for $800, perform a $100 alignment, and send you on your way. You drive off, and the humming is still there. Why? Because the noise has absolutely nothing to do with rubber. That specific hollow drone is the undeniable sound of a dry wheel bearing, but not just a failing wheel bearing. It is a bearing that has had its internal grease slowly baked away by heat. American brake shops contribute to this directly. When they change your brakes, they never properly lubricate the caliper slide pins with high-temp silicone grease. The caliper drags against the rotor, generating extreme heat that travels straight into the wheel hub assembly. literally cooking the grease inside the sealed bearing. The bearing dries out and begins to hum. If you catch it early, a new hub assembly costs $80 and takes an hour to bolt on. If you listen to the tire shop and keep driving, that bearing will eventually superheat, seize, and snap the axle shaft off at 70 miles per hour. You just learned how to identify the 3 sounds that dealerships use to extract massive amounts of cash from unaware drivers. Do not let them sell you a $3,000 timing job or a $900 power steering pump ever again. But saving cash on repairs means nothing if your engine is quietly destroying itself from the inside out because of the gasoline you are pouring into it. If this video opened your eyes, click subscribe right now. Because in the very next video, we are going to prove why putting premium gas in your Honda or Toyota is actually leaving raw carbon deposits on your intake valves, and the exact $2 additive the industry banned that fixes it forever.